All right, welcome to Unit 2, Lesson 4, Equations and their Solutions. So our targets are, I can explain what it means for a value or a pair of values to be solutions to an equation, and I can find solutions to equations by reasoning about a situation or by using algebra. So our first activity, step 1, is finding the solution to this problem. So you read through the problem. Again, I'll expect you to do these before I show you what the answers are, or what some solutions are anyway. You might need to pause the video, but it's very important that you try to do these things before I go through them and write down the answer. So pause, answer the questions, and then come back. All right, great. Now that you're back, what could the 5 represent in that situation? Well, that's going to be your grams of carbohydrates from other sources. So grams from the other sources, whatever those might have been, other ingredients. Hopefully you can hear me from way over here. Priya said that neither 8 nor 3 can solve the solution. So again, if you have 8 grams, so you would take 4 times the 8 plus 5, that's 32. So that obviously isn't going to equal 27. So that doesn't work. And then 4 times 3 is 12 plus 5. That's also not going to be 27. So she is correct because neither of those would fit in the equation. So what is the solution? So what number would make that true? Hopefully you got it figured out. 8's a little bit too big. 3's a little bit too small. So it's somewhere in the middle there. So what about 5? If we tried 5, would 5 work? Nope, that's 25. So we need something a little bit more than that. How about 5 and a half plus, let's see, I made a mistake here, not plus C, but plus 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. 4 times a half is 2. Okay. Plus the 5 does give you the 27. So what works is that the C would have to be 5 and a half. Lots of different ways to do that. I just kind of did a guess and check and tried to figure it out. Hopefully you know how to use some algebra skills to get it as well. Okay, step 2. Again, read it, do it, and then pause it and come back. All right, welcome back. Write an equation that, number 1, we're going to write an equation that represents Jada's take-home earnings in dollars E if she works for H hours. So each hour she makes $12.20. So we're going to multiply that times H, but then we're going to subtract her bus fare to equal that amount. One day Jada brings $90.45. So write the equation for that. So that would be $12.20 times H minus the bus fare equals how much she was able to make that day. So is 4 a solution to that? So if we multiply that by 4, we would see that that is not going to equal $90.45. So that is not a solution. Okay, so hopefully you're able to come up with a solution, and we'll move on here. So are you ready for more? If you're doing okay, we're going to go ahead and do this one. If not, we'll move on. You can move on. But Jada has a second option to earn money. She could help some neighbors do some computer work for $11 an hour. She has about 9 hours available to work one day. Which option should she choose? Sorting books at the bookstore or working for the neighbor? So on here at the bookstore, if I remember right, it was $12.20 an hour minus the $7.15. And we want to compare that we want to use h equals 9 because she's got 9 hours to work. And over here it's just 11 times h, and again with h equals 9. So you can do those two calculations and see which one she would end up making more money on. And now we go back to calories and proteins and fat. So this equation is 4p plus 9f equals 60. Again, read the problem and answer the questions as best as you can, and then come back. All right, great. Welcome back. So 5 grams of protein and 2 grams of fat. So that to do that, you would do 4 times the 5 plus 9 times the 2 and see if that equals 60. It does not. And you do the same thing with the 10. 10.5, 4 times the 10.5 plus 9 times the 2, and we'll see if that equals 60. And again, the same thing for the last one. This one, I believe, does work. So this is 4 times 8 plus 9 times 4. That's 32 and 36, so that one does not work. So there are 6 grams of fat in the snack. How many grams of protein are there? And then explain your reasoning. Again, think about it, pause it, come back to it. Okay, so if you thought about that, 6 grams of fat. So that would be the 6 times the 9 would be 54. So that means she has 6. Let me write it up over here. 6. So we've got 6 grams of fat. So we don't know the protein, but we do know the fat. And we can calculate that from there. So 4p plus 54 equals 60. If we're thinking algebra, we're going to subtract 54 from both sides. I'm going to write the 4p has to equal 6. So then if you divide both sides by 4, p is equal to 1.5. So 1.5 grams of the protein. So the last question, what does the solution to the equation tell us? That gives us a combination of protein and fat that would give us the 60 calories in the combination from that snack. Okay. So again, there's a lot of different possibilities of protein and fat or combinations of protein and fat that would give you the 60. Again, on the summary, we have some more examples to look at. Please spend some time looking at that and looking over those examples. One equation or one variable, 2 variables, reading this, checking out those situations, and then go ahead and do the practice problems and making sure that you understand, because that's what we're working on here, is trying to figure those things out. So again, thanks for watching. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow or another day. Thank you very much.